You guys are so wrong. You are as wrong as the Christians on your eschatology.
And yes, this is right here. He's addressing these stiff-necked brews that seriously believe that we're going in Jacob's trouble. No, we're not going in Jacob's trouble. Though it seems like Jacob's trouble, we've been going through Jacob's trouble this whole damn time. What the hell do you bros think we've been going through? What, you think that you've been free because you've been able to earn money for a living? This is our ancestral land. We haven't benefited anything from earning money within their system and paying it to them. That didn't benefit us one bit, other than selfish ambition for our own self-preservation. As far as the other nations, they got that and they got to benefit. Alright? They got to benefit. Because this is not their ancestral land. They came from their ancestral lands to our ancestral land. And they were able to live their American dream at our expense. Yet we were absorbed into doing everything that they're doing, such as earning money for a living. But again, the reason why my people have been complacent with this is because they think that they're foreigners upon this land. They think that the Europeans brought us to this land. So they think that we're on equal footing with the Europeans, earning money for a living. They think that we became free once they allotted us into the system of earning money. So, as long as we're able to get jobs and earn our money, we're free. And now all of a sudden, Jacob's trouble is coming. Like as if we have not been going through Jacob's trouble this entire freaking time. No, it's just ramping up and it's looking like the beginning of how it was upon us, because this is the beginning of it coming upon the nations. That's what you brews are not understanding. Okay, this is for the camp brews. All right, they're not understanding that the reason why it's looking like the beginning of Jacob's trouble is because it's the beginning of it going upon the nations. All right. And though we are intermingled with the nations, all right, the remnant within the remnant is going to be saved out of it. Okay, this is what my brother's saying. All right, the remnant's going to be saved out of it. All right. As far as the 2/3 though, they're part of 83. Like my brother said, I'm not against my brother Morial and my brothers Big Judah. I'm not against my brethren in this truth. Okay.
All right. So yeah, I'm not against my brethren in this truth whatsoever. I'm gonna go ahead and go over some of these things that we have up here. Starting with this, Jacob's trouble. But as you can clearly see, how this says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, this is a different time frame. Okay, it is a different time frame from the destruction of Jerusalem. This is not the destruction of Jerusalem and us going into captivity, because we have been in captivity this entire time since this time. Okay, the Roman Empire, and then the revived Roman Empire. All right, where the northern kingdom was taken into captivity. Okay, because the Roman Empire, it was the southern kingdom that was being taken into captivity and dealt with harshly. But the northern kingdom was set apart. Okay? The northern kingdom was over here. Okay? Yes. The 10 tribes was over here. All right? And then in the 1600s is when we began to be intermingled with the southern kingdom. All right, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom have been in captivity together. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Went in captivity together. All right. We have been oppressed together. All right. Now this is the destruction of Babylon. This is a different destruction, people. All right. See, now when you're off, you're off on prophecy because you are neglecting the true covenant people. Okay. You're getting these prophecies mixed up. All right. We went through this, okay? We went through that. Now, we're dealing with this, okay? The arrogant one will stumble and fall with no one to pick him up, all right? This is all the prosperous people with all of their prosperity, their materialistic things. They've been living lavishly, okay? That's what caused them to stumble, okay? And it's because they're arrogant, all right? They're arrogant, all right, in the fact that they got all their money and their materialistic things. So they're saving themselves. They've been able to save themselves in this false-ass reality of Satan's kingdom, okay? Where money is set as the pinnacle of sustainability. Let me quit yelling, all right? I'm sorry. I don't mean to yell, people. I'm very passionate. Okay, I am a passionate being, and so I don't mean to yell, but it's my natural personality, and it comes out, it comes across. Okay, like I can't. Yeah, I'm a fire sign. I'm not using it as an excuse, but it's who I am. Okay, it's hard for me to contain all of this. Okay. So, people, you need to understand that the reason why you're arrogant, you're puffed up in your pride and your arrogance, okay? Those who are considered wise in this world are those who have the money and the materialistic things, okay? But they are not wise, okay? They are foolish, okay? Because that is not eternal, people. All right? It's not eternal. Money is not eternal. All right? You're looking at it from the wrong perspective. You're looking at money as produce. Okay? You're looking at money as sustenance, physical sustenance. All right? To sustain our fleshly body. That's how you're looking at and viewing money. But you should not view it that way. Okay? Because the substance, the natural resources that grow upon the earth, that came from the true and living God. But money did not. Okay? This is why it's very important that you detach yourself from that mentality of viewing money as equal to the natural resources of the earth that was freely given unto us. Now see, if the money was freely given unto us, then that comes from benevolence. All right? But when you're spending your time, energy, and effort earning money, that's not coming from benevolence. You receive your reward from malevolence. Okay? You received your reward
from malevolence, not benevolence. Just because benevolence allotted it for a period of time does not mean that benevolence established this system and or have been complacent with it. No, he's tolerated it, but it was for a reason. Okay? We had to be chastised, and the Gentiles had to be given their fair opportunity. All other nations had to be given their fair opportunity, whether they were going to choose to live according to their fleshly body or choose to live according to righteousness, divine love, compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity, purity, chastity, holiness, all things benevolent. This is a choice that we can make. And when we choose this, we will be happy in the end. Okay? That's my faith. That's where my faith is at. Okay? And it ain't about blindly believing this. Okay? It's more like a foreknowing. Okay? It's like a awareness. I am aware that evil is not all powerful. So because I am aware that evil is not all powerful, I needed to know what I needed to do to free myself from evil. Okay? From the clutches of evil. Not just be complacent with the evil. Okay, so that's why I went seeking for the true and living God. Okay? So those who have all the prosperity, the physical money, okay, y'all have stumbled. Okay? And if you don't humble yourself, all right, so that you're no longer the arrogant one, if you refuse to humble yourself and repent and atone so that you're no longer stumbling with and gonna fall with no one to pick you up, you will want to help us out of your abundance. Okay? Because very soon there is going to be a fire in your city. Well, there's already a fire in your cities. Okay? Both spiritually and literally. Okay? It looks like the whole damn world is on fire when you look at the fire map. Okay? When you look at the fire map, I came across a video. I got way too many tabs up right now to try to pull up YouTube. But I was just like floored. I was like, man, this is crazy. Like practically every single continent has wildfires everywhere. Okay? Every single continent is on freaking fire pretty much. Okay? Let's see. And the ring of fire is been activated. Okay? The volcanoes are active. Okay? Like clearly, all right, there's a fire that's being kindled in your cities, all right, and it's consuming all those around. Okay, there's been many people that's been dying of these quote-unquote wildfires. Okay, this is what the Lord of hosts says: the sons of Israel are oppressed, and the sons of Judah as well. Okay, we're oppressed together. All right, we're oppressed together. All right, and all their captives hold them fast, refusing to release them. All right, all them that took them captives held them fast. All right, refusing to let us go. Okay, you're like, all of this time since I've been doing this spiritual mission, telling you that it's time to let us go free, that we are no longer to be earning money for a living, and that you are all in a valley of decision. And if you truly serve the God that you're confessing, then you will humble yourselves, you will repent of your selfishness, and you will take up of your abundance, and you will help fill his meek, tender-hearted vessels of mercy where we are lacking. Okay? You will help us soar in our spiritual mission. All right? But you have been refusing to do this. Okay? Understand that we appear weak right now, and we have been made weak because we have been disenfranchised. Okay, we've been stripped of our lands, we've been stripped of our resources, we've been stripped of our inheritance, we've been stripped of our heritage, we've been stripped of our sovereign status. Okay, all of these things we've been stripped of, okay, and is being held by those who use the doctrine of discovery and manifested destiny to come upon lands that did not belong to them. It really didn't belong to anybody. However, we were the people who were given dominion over these lands, okay, and they came and they took us in captivity, and they slaughtered a vast majority of us on these lands. They spilled blood as they came and manifested their destiny. Okay? And this has been upheld ever since for centuries. Okay? It is time to release us. It's time to step off of us. Okay? It is time to step off of us. And now we are no longer asking you. We are telling you to let us go. Get off of us. Step off of us. Okay? Our Redeemer is strong. Eternal benevolence of spirits is his name. Loving kindness, righteousness, all things good. He will fervently plead our case. Our God is listening to us. Our God is leading us. The good shepherd whom you are vainly professing is leading us. He is our general. Okay? He's the admiral. All right? The good shepherd. All right? We are his people. You're professing our big brother, claiming that you love our big brother. You are deceived. You think that he's a blood sacrifice to cover your sin. No, he did no such thing. You must humble yourself. You must subdue your ego. You must repent. He's with us. He ain't with you nations. If you want our big brother to come in and tabernacle with you, transform your mentality and your heart condition, then you must humble yourselves as little children. You must subdue your ego. You gotta get rid of them demons. You gotta face your demons. Face your demon of selfishness. Face your demon of jealousy. Face your demon of envy. And whatever other demons you get within you, bitterness or whatever it is. Because understand, Our God is getting ready to plead our case so that he may bring rest to the earth. But there's going to be great turmoil to those who live in Babylon. It's not about where we're physically are living. Oh no. That come out of her, my people, ain't about where you're physically at. Like you got to come out of America and you got to flee over into Africa. Nah. It's come out of the mentality and heart condition that is all about selfishness. It's all about doing for oneself. Every man for himself. All right? That mentality, that heart condition is going to get you destroyed right along with this system. Okay? That's those who live in Babylon. It's about your mentality and your heart condition. What you think that eternal benevolence, the ever presence of benevolence, can't shield us wherever we're located? If we ain't got money to travel anywhere, we ain't got money to pick up and move anywhere, we ain't got money to stock and store and save anything, would you think our God is just going to allow us to be destroyed? Just like the heathen? Just like the wicked? I don't think so. Give me a second. Something came to mind. Ain't no way. It's too big. We're not gonna be destroyed like the wicked. Hold on. The wicked gonna destroy themselves. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Give me a second. I gotta find here. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Far be it from you to do such a thing as this, to allow the righteous to be slayed along with the wicked, so that the righteous should be as the wicked. Far be it from you. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? He said the meek is going to inherit the earth. Why the hell would he allow the meek, tender-hearted vessels of mercy to be slain right along with the wicked? The ones that's going to be slain in the day of wrath are those who are arrogant. And you're arrogant because of your stubbornness and your unrepentant heart. You have stored up this wrath for yourselves. You reap what you sow. What the hell makes you people think that you can keep sowing evil? Evil, 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 evil. You're doing evil to people. You're causing suffering and misery upon people. You're causing suffering and misery upon all humanity and all creation with your selfishness and your greed. And you're refusing to humble yourselves like little children and repent for your ignorance. Therefore, you are going to reap every single thing that you have been sowing. And that is righteous judgment. Ain't nothing evil in that. Ain't nothing wicked in the wicked reaping the consequences of their transgressions. What the hell makes you think that the wicked deserve to keep living lavishly while the meek, tender-hearted vessels of mercy have to keep suffering? So no justice for us, right? What is our transgression? The fact that we don't love money? The fact that our heart ain't after selfishness and greed? That's our transgression? This is why destruction is coming upon Babylon. You have shown us no mercy, even on the elderly. You laid a most heavy yoke. Our God says in Isaiah 47:6, yes, my people transgressed against me, therefore I would not deliver them. And because I would not deliver them, my heritage has been profaned, because they have been under your control. Okay, he's talking about the worst of the heathen. Okay, those that they don't have any kind of hope for the redemption of the righteous. Okay, they have no hope for the reward of the righteous. They are already condemned. Okay, these people he's speaking to. Okay, yeah. Our God is not angry. Our God don't get angry. However, our God gave us instructions. Our God, informed us to stay in his goodness. All right? And if we, it's not my word. And I'm tired of people acting like I'm just giving my word. Okay, hold on. It's not my word. Okay? It's not my word. God damn it, it's not my word. Our God gave us a choice. This day I call heaven and earth as witnesses against you, that I have set before you the choice of life or death, blessings or curses. Our God instructed for us to choose life. He encouraged us to choose life so that we and our children would live. But our people did not choose life. Our people, our forefathers, did not choose life. Our people, our forefathers, chose death. Okay? And they refused to turn back to the pure covenant of our God. So because they refused to repent and return to the pure covenant of our God, we lost our blessings. Okay? And we ended up obtaining these curses. Okay? Again, it was because of our choices. It was because of the choices of our wicked ass forefathers. So why do you keep blaming this on our God? Why do you keep acting like our God cursed us? We had a choice, did we not? Did he not set before us a choice to choose life or death? Did he not say that we can keep the blessings if we continue in his goodness? But did we choose to continue in his goodness, my Ankies? No, we did not. Did we choose to keep his pure covenant of no bloodshed? No, we did not. We learned something very abominable while we were captive in Egypt. Okay? While we were sojourning in Egypt, and while we had power in Egypt, we were not eating animals. We were not killing animals. We ate that which grows from the earth. Now when Egypt got that wicked Pharaoh, when the wicked Pharaoh rose up, he began changing our diet. He began changing things. Okay? We went into slavery. We went into captivity. Okay? Then when Moses came to deliver us from that captivity, many of our people did not want to leave off the iniquity that we learned in that captivity. we begin enjoying the taste of the dead bodies of the animals. Okay? And our people did not want to let go of it. They enjoyed the burnt offerings and sacrifices. All right? They learned they learned animal sacrifice in Egypt, okay? So they never wanted to leave off of that. So our people kept choosing death. And this is how we reap the curses, okay? It did not come from our God. All right? We did not stay in his pure covenant. And when he rose up the prophets to tell us to come back to the pure covenant, stop shedding blood, okay, we refused to listen to the prophets. Then started killing the prophets, okay? So we reaped them damn curses, okay? This is why we were born into this captivity, being trampled by the nations. Okay? Now let's go back over to where we were. Okay? So he was not angry with us. It's just a simple fact that we refused to come back to him. Okay? And so because we refused to come back to him, we were out in the wilderness. We were not under his umbrella of protection. Okay? We left from under his umbrella of protection. And yes, this was his covenant land. So yeah, he did stand down. He no longer protected us. So we can say that, yeah, our God turned his face. All right? He no longer wanted to look upon our wickedness. We can't blame our God for that. Okay? We can't blame our God for not wanting to stick around. All right? Like, nah. He was hearing the screams and the agony and of the animals, okay? Like, our people were hardened in heart, had a seared conscience, and still do unto this day. Okay? So our God he just let us go on our way. Okay? Our God was not going to keep protecting us when we refused, when we seared our conscience and we hardened our heart condition. Okay? So our God just let us go on. Okay? And because he let us go on, all right, we have been profaned. His heritage has been profaned. Okay? And he allotted us under the control of the worst of the heathen. Okay? And the worst of the heathen has shown no mercy unto us. But now all you nations, now that he resurrected us by way of the Spirit, all right, brought back to remembrance who we are, and now we're being obedient. He's causing us to speak his living word by way of the Spirit, okay, to give all of you an opportunity to hear it and atone, repent and atone, okay? Cleave unto us, because we are his living witnesses. Okay? We're testifying of our big brother. This is not about us. We're testifying of the good news. We're testifying of the coming righteous kingdom. Okay? And we're testifying of the truth. All right? We're telling you real history. We're telling you real prophecy. And we're proving all things by way of the Spirit. All right? So, if y'all keep following the worst of the heathen who has shown us no mercy, and you also show us no mercy, out of the abundance of your prosperity that was given unto you by the worst of the heathen, okay? Even on the elderly, there's been a heavy yoke that's been laid upon us. You know that how we've been treated in these lands. Okay? So if you refuse to show mercy unto us now that we're giving you all of this spiritual clarity and understanding by way of the Spirit, there's no hope for you It does not matter that you're vainly confessing the blood of Jesus. It doesn't matter that you vainly say Yahweh or vainly call out Ahaya. It doesn't matter what name you vainly profess out your mouth, because your mentality and your heart condition has nothing to do with a good shepherd. Your mentality and your heart condition is all about your money and your materialistic things. You shut up your bowels of compassion. You have no compassion. You have no kindness. You have no mercy. You have no empathy. You've shown no love to his tender-hearted vessels of mercy. Therefore, you are not of the true and living God that you are vainly professing. Okay? Isaiah 49:24-25. Can the plunder be snatched from the mighty, or the captives of a tyrant be delivered? Indeed, this is what the true and living God says. Even the captives of the mighty will be taken away, and the plunderer of the tyrant will be retrieved. I will contend with those who contend with you, and I will save your children. All right? Understand that this tribulation that y'all wrought upon us and upheld over us is being placed into your hands. All right? All those who told us to lay down so that y'all can walk over us, so that our back was like the ground, like the street to be traversed. Okay, y'all just been literally trampling upon us. Judah has gone into exile under affliction and harsh slavery. She dwells among the nations, but finds no place to rest. All her pursuers have overtaken her in the midst of her distress. Y'all have refused to show mercy unto us. Slaves rule over us. Y'all are called slaves because this is what you've done, and the Father knew it in foreknowledge. He knew in foreknowledge that you were the base people. All those that are prosperous, that have a hardened heart condition and a seared conscience. Okay? The worst of the heathen. You are the base people. Okay? You are the people that merely live for the flesh. And you have no kind of ambition for any kind of spiritual clarity and or understanding. You want to hate on me that I ain't got ambition for money and materialistic things. And you want to act like that's the greatest transgression of all time. But no, the real greatest transgression of all time is to have no ambition to obtain spiritual clarity and understanding. No ambition to obtain the righteous fruits of the Spirit. No ambition to walk in love for real, for real. No ambition to have compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity, all of these fruits of the Spirit. That's what's abominable. Not the fact that I don't have a heart after money. Y'all have punished me like I'm literally the problem when I'm the solution. So yes, slaves have been ruling over us. There is no one to deliver us from their hands. We got no might in our hands. I got no might in my hands other than be a slave to money. And I refuse to do that. I make myself a slave to my God. Yeah, that's what I choose to do. Make myself a slave to my God. Therefore, I will suffer, and I will continuously speak this living word by way of the Spirit and endure. Ezekiel 34:27. The trees of the field will give their fruit, and the land will yield its produce. That's happening. My flock will be secure in their land. My flock will be secure in their land. Then they will know that I am the Lord. He is the true and living God. When I have broken the bars of their yoke and delivered them from the hands that enslaved them. You may want to step off of us while you have the opportunity to do so. Just like back in the day of Noah, you may wanted to have help build that ark, so you could have entered into the ark, all right, so that when the ark was shut, you would have been safe and not left outside of it. All right, you may want to start helping build this ark, okay, by joining with us, cleaving unto us, okay, not continuing upholding this wicked ass system over us, because you are joined to the worst of the heathen. You got a covenant with the worst of the heathen. You are confederate with the worst of the heathen against the tender-hearted vessels of mercy, of eternal benevolence. All right? He doesn't get angry, but understand your iniquity have reached unto high heaven. Okay? So it says, I'm fiercely angry with the nations that are at ease. Why are you at ease? Because you got all your money and your materialistic things. And it's at the expense of our suffering. Because you're refusing to show any kind of mercy or compassion. All right? So this fierce anger that this says, they want to call that wrath. They want to call this the wrath of God. All right? Now, this wrath is not null and void. It's just not coming from eternal benevolence. All right? But that eternal law, you see, what you nations don't understand is you got to build up your transgressions. He told the angelic host, just let them build it up. Okay? Hold on. They got to build it up. Hold on a second. Let me find it. This is Book of Enoch, chapter 105. Hold on. Where the heck is it, bro? Is this it? I'm looking for something. 1 second. Here, let me just. Is this it? Okay. Okay, that's not it then. Hold on a second. I gotta find it. Okay, second Enoch. Okay, it is right here. Let's see. Angels record all human souls and all their deeds and their lives before the face of eternal benevolence. Okay?
one second. They were told to watch. I'm trying to find. Okay, I think this is the 70 shepherds I'm looking for. Okay, and this. Okay, it's 103. Alright. And then also the 70 shepherds. I gotta bring up. Okay. Alright, so we were allotted into your hands, Gentiles, okay, and all nations. Alright, we were allotted into your hands, okay. So he allotted the sheep over to them, and to another he called and said to him, watch and see everything that the shepherds do concerning these sheep, for they will destroy more of them than I have allotted. Now the allotted is those who, when you're not living according to the eternal laws, okay, you reap what you sow. Okay, so there was a portion that they reaped their due justice, okay? But the Gentiles came over here raping, robbing, murdering, plundering, pillaging even the righteous, okay? They did it to the tender-hearted vessels of mercy as well. We were swaddled up in the judgment as well, okay? We were taken into this tribulation as well, okay? There were righteous people who were killed in the Inquisition, all right? They called the righteous witches when they burned them on crosses, when they burned the witches alive. Those were the righteous ones, okay? They called them witches, okay? The ones who burned them alive were the evil ones, okay? That's what you need to understand, people. All right, the ones who burned them alive were evil, okay? They were righteous. All right, the righteous prophets who got stoned to death by the wicked. Okay, they were righteous. They lost their life for righteousness' sake. Okay, the Messiah lost his life for righteousness' sake. All right, to demonstrate keeping the eternal law from birth all the way unto death. All right, not so his blood covers your sin. Okay, but to show you that it is possible to keep the eternal law of divine love, immortality, regardless of how you're treated. He taught turn the other cheek. Therefore, he had to demonstrate it. Okay? He did not call upon 10,000 angels to put an end to those who were torturing and murdering him. Okay? Because he did not want to take away anyone's freedom of choice. Didn't want to take away free agency. You can't take away someone's free agency and keep the eternal law of divine love. You cannot force people to walk in love. You can't force anyone to show compassion. The Messiah demonstrated this with his life. He allowed them to murder him because he could not force them to show compassion. He could not force them to show him mercy. He could not force them to show him empathy. He could not force them to change their heart condition and their mentality. So he allowed them to fulfill the evil intentions of their heart. That's high magic, okay? That is the highest magic. That's the high. When you refuse to fight back, if so, like, bro, they show you this. They show you this in the movie, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Okay, Chronicles of Narnia. The highest magic. Okay, the highest magic is to sacrifice your own life for the greater good. Okay. Alright, no, I'm not interested in your AI. God, I hate that. And it's laggy as shit. Like, bro, what the hell? Go away. Wow, bro. I don't have a lighter, so I need to go light my cigarette on the stove. It's frozen on me. That is so annoying. And it's a makeshift cigarette too. Uh, I'm trying to find it in the movie. Oh, hold on. Chronicles of Narnia. Uh, all right, the deep magic. All right. Although the old magic or traditional magic of Narnia is deep magic, deeper still is the magic that Aslan uses when he sacrifices himself. All right? Now, he sacrificed himself for the sake of another. Okay? The Messiah did not want to take away the freedom of choice. All right? So he laid down his life. He allowed them to fulfill the evil intentions of his heart condition. All right. Now, as far as Aslan, and what the Messiah did, he was not allowing a lamb to be slaughtered during Passover, and that was the final transgression of breaking the what they considered the law of Moses. Okay. So because the Messiah supposedly broke the law of Moses, they said that's worthy of death, and they didn't want to do it themselves. All right, they wanted to enjoy their Passover. Okay, so they handed him over to the worst of the heathen, the Romans. All right, and the Romans were a very brutal people. Okay. You've been lied to about Pontius Pilate. Okay, he didn't have compassion. Okay, he wasn't compassionate. All right, he couldn't wait to torture the Messiah. He hated the Hebrews. Okay, they didn't respect the Hebrews. All right. My lighter is going out. It's practically out. So I have to use the stove to light my makeshift cigarette. I don't even have cigarettes. Like, my life sucks, people. My physical life sucks, okay? But I'm sacrificing it. I'm sacrificing my wants and desires. All right? For the greater good. Because I'm boycotting this economic system, okay? It's not right to force people to worship money for a living, okay? And I don't care what people want to say that they're not worshiping money. Yes, you are obeying the economic system, that if you put in your time, energy, and effort, you get the reward of money, okay? That is worship. That in and of itself is worship, okay? Now, Enoch, chapter 103. I swear to you, you righteous, that in heaven the angels record all your goodness before the glory of the Mighty One. Wait with patient hope, for formerly you have been disgraced with evil and with affliction, but now shall you shine like the luminaries of heaven. You shall be seen, and the gates of heaven shall be opened to you. Your cries have cried for judgment, and it has appeared to you. For an account of all your sufferings shall be required from the princes and from everyone who has assisted your plunderers. Okay, so that includes all you nations that have been upholding this wicked ass economic system of selfish ambition. All right? Root hog or die poor. Okay? All of you with that mentality, you are upholding this system. All right? That means you are assisting are plunderers, those who plundered us and set up this abominable system requiring money from us, okay? Hell, they already stole everything from us. And now they're forcing us to earn what they created and then pay it unto them? Wow, bro. We are to wait with patient hope, nor relinquish our confidence. For great joy shall be ours, like that of the angels in heaven. We are to conduct ourselves as we may, in righteousness. Still, you shall not be concealed in that day of great judgment. You shall not be found like sinners, and eternal condemnation shall be far from you, as long as the world exists, as long as the earth exists. Okay? Because this world of selfishness and greed is going away. This world of capitalism is going away. Freaking thing keep going out, bro, and it's so annoying. And now fear not, you righteous, when you see sinners flourishing and prosperous in their ways. Be not associates with them, but keep yourselves at a distance from their oppression. I'm not to be earning money for a living. I am to be associated with the host of heaven, freely given these oracles by way of the Spirit. That's what I've been doing, and I've been faithful in it. You sinners, you say that all your transgressions shall not be taken account of and be recorded, but all your transgressions shall be recorded daily. And be assured by me that light and darkness, day and night, behold all your evil deeds. Be not impious in your thoughts. Lie not. Surrender not the word of uprightness. Lie not against the word of the Holy and the Mighty One. Glorify not your idols. Stop trusting in your money and your materialistic things. For all your lying and all your impiety is not for righteousness, but for great crime. Okay? It's for great crime. Now I will point out a mystery. Many sinners shall turn and transgress against the word of uprightness. They shall speak evil things. They shall utter falsehood, execute great undertakings, and compose books in their own words. But when they shall write all my words correctly in their own languages, they shall neither change nor diminish them, but shall write them all correctly, in which from the first I have uttered concerning them. Another mystery also I point out: to the righteous and the wise shall be given books of joy, of integrity, and of great wisdom. To them shall books be given in which we shall, get the clarity and understanding. All right? And because now we have the clarity and understanding, we rejoice in the clarity and understanding, because that is the spiritual wealth. That is the eternal wealth. Okay? And all the righteous shall be rewarded, who from these shall acquire the knowledge of every upright path. Okay? See, 1 second. Second Ezra is 14:47. For in us is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge, from the true and living God, not the vain wisdom of this world. Okay? Now, if the earth be made for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Understand, as for the other people, which also came of Adam, okay, thou hast said that they are nothing, but to be like unto spittle. Okay, this is the majority of people that only live for the fleshly body.
Okay? You are accounted as nothing but spittle. Okay? Because you don't seek after righteousness. You only seek to please your carnal flesh. Okay? And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have been repudiated as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, and to devour us. But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, we are in their hands. Okay? So if the world now be made, if the earth be made for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? All right, how long shall it endure? All right, behold. 2nd Ezra 15:8. I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Okay, so this is not going to continue. All right, it's not going to continue. You only had a period of time, but you have forwarded the affliction. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was a little bit displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Okay, you only had a certain amount of time for this, Gentiles, not eternity. Okay? One second. Time of the Gentiles. You only had the time of the Gentiles, and now your time is up. Alright. Because this is from the sealed portion, chapter 67. Alright. Now, when the judgment comes, alright, now when he comes, he's going to be rendering judgment. Okay? And the judgment starts before he comes, because he's coming at the end of the tribulation. You need to understand this, all right? Because y'all seem to think that y'all about to be, raptured. Or no, he's going to shield his people in the midst of the tribulation. So we are going to see the tribulation. Is going to be all around us, but there's only going to be a certain group of people that are going to be divinely protected and shielded. All right, the Messiah and the host of heaven, okay, with all the host of heaven. All right, this right here, behold, the Lord will come with fire in his chariots like a whirl. That's coming at the end. Okay, Christ shall come at the end of the half a time. Okay. And at this time there shall be no more need of prophets or scriptures or holy men to teach the fullness of the gospel to the world. Okay? For Christ shall reign supreme, and he shall throw down all the governments and the religions of the world, which have been set up according to the precepts and commandments of men, which are wicked. Okay? So you want to come out of her, my people, so that you be not a partaker of her iniquity. Because if you wait and you keep holding on to this system that's been established, and you're upholding it over his covenant remnant that's being obedient, when he comes to destroy all the governments, you are going to be destroyed. Okay, with the governments. And it's not like the Messiah is destroying the people. No, he's going to destroy the system. Okay, and with the destruction of the system, the wicked is going to destroy themselves. Okay, because they're all going to be out for their own selfish benefit. Okay? And the only ones that's going to be protected are those who live by the principles of divine love. Okay? That's our protection. All right? All right. And it happened. This is going to be verse 17 in chapter 6 of 2nd Ezra. And it happened that when I heard it, I stood up upon my feet and hearkened. Okay? This is us standing up in great boldness. Behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. All right? That's the righteous man standing up in great boldness in the face of those who have afflicted us. Okay? Oh, come on. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. You keep casting off my labor in the vineyard, as if it's of no value, and as if it's worthless. But when you see it, you shall be troubled with terrible fear. And you shall be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. It's going to be so far beyond all they looked for. Okay? This world is all about do for yourself. Selfishness and greed. Okay? Root hog or die poor. Alright? That's the mentality. That's the hive mind mentality. So, for that to be overturned, to all of a sudden, there are prosperous people that are being generous with their abundance, and they're helping the meek, tender-hearted vessels of mercy to soar in our spiritual mission. They begin upholding these spiritual messages. They begin sharing these spiritual messages. Okay? That's going to take the world by storm. Okay? And then all of our adversaries, all those who have stonewalled us and tried to hold us down, all right, they're going to be repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit. And they shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision. All right? They want to call me crazy. Ain't nobody gonna give you a handout. Ain't nobody gonna help you. You a grown as adult. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Alright? Contemptuous ridicule or mockery. Alright? This is what I've been enduring. Alright? All on my Facebook, I don't get love. I get the opposite. I get this. All right? I get mockery. I get ridiculed. I get the jeering, the jeers, the sneers, okay? Like I don't see their post. All right? They post different. They don't tag me in it, but they post different things jeering at me. If a man don't work, he don't eat. All right? Like scoffing. All right, taunts, disdain, okay, disrespect, poo-pooing, okay, sneering, scorn, taunting, insults. All right, they've been holding me in contempt. I've been held in contempt. Okay, vilification. All right, they've made me the problem. Okay, ragging, teasing, chaffing. Okay.
The opposite of this is respect. I have gotten no respect for this message that I've been given. Okay, I've gotten no respect for not earning money for a living. Okay, this is treated as disdain. Okay, it's disdainful in this world to be a grown adult and not earn money for a living. All right, the feeling that someone or something is unworthy of one's consideration or respect or generosity, for that matter. All right, I am disdained this for the simple fact that I don't have a job, for the simple fact that I'm not earning money. That's an automatic disdain in this society. So this is why I have been held in contempt. This is why I've been scorned. This is why I've been disrespected. All right? This is why I'm considered indifferent. All right? This is why I'm considered arrogant. They think you think you better than us, that you don't gotta do what we gotta do, because people hate working their job. All right, nobody likes working their job, of course. Who said that working for Satan would be joyous? What makes you think that Satan is supposed to make it pleasant? Okay, it was constructed by the wicked people. All right. It was constructed by the wicked. Why are you expecting it to be something pleasant? The only thing that's pleasant is your reward of money. And you do it for that pleasantry, that reward. Okay, so you agree to obey the wicked, to obtain the reward that they give you. And then you want to be bitter, okay, at those of us that don't do what you do. Okay? That doesn't mean we're arrogant. No, the true arrogant, the ones who are truly arrogant are you people who are just bitter and jealous and envious. You're arrogant because you seem to think that you can take away our freedom of choice simply because you don't want to suffer. Because you don't want to suffer, you earn your money. Okay? So you can save yourself from suffering. That's why you do it. All right? And you look at us in contempt, contemptuously. Okay? You hold us in contempt. All right? The feeling that a person or a thing is beneath consideration. All right? Worthless, deserving of scorn. Okay? You do this because you're strong-armed into providing for yourself so that you don't suffer. Okay? And because you're doing that and I'm not, you automatically feel some type of way. You automatically see me as beneath you and worthless. All right? You see me as deserving scorn, or I deserve to suffer. I deserve to go without my bare necessities. All right? Because I won't get with the system. All right? It turns into abhorrence. All right? A feeling of repulsion, disgusted, loathing. Okay? Hatred. So all of this begins to harden your heart condition, people. Okay? You're hardened in your heart condition. All right? Because
I'm not obeying the will of the wicked. And because I'm not obeying the will of the wicked, and you are obeying the will of the wicked so that you can save yourself from suffering in the flesh, that's hardening your heart, okay? All right, your heart is being hardened. All right, and so you are holding us in derision. All right, and you considered us a proverb of reproach. All right, you're gonna say we fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. Okay, this is why they keep diminishing me. Okay, repeatedly, I'm repeatedly diminished and debased, okay, ignored. But they're all going to ask themselves, how is he numbered among the children of God and his lot among the righteous? All right. Therefore, and then you're going to know, they're going to know, we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. All right, then you're really going to know we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. All right, it's all vain. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. Okay, following the dictates of the wicked. All right, but as for the way of the good shepherd, we have not known it. What hath pride, arrogance, what have our arrogance profited us? Or what good has our physical riches with our saving brought us? And all of our boasting, okay? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hastens by. All right, is about to be taken from you. All right, because you only had a certain amount of time, not indefinitely. Okay? So we're standing up in great boldness. All right? We're speaking this truth by the way of the Spirit. And it said, behold, the days come. Well, we're telling you that, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and visit them that dwell upon the earth. We're telling you that your time's up. Okay? And we'll begin to make inquisition of them. All right? What they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. That's here. Okay? And this is happening. We're telling you. We're the ones. We're the inquisitors now. Okay? We're the inquisitors. We're the ones that's going forth. We're the ones that are to reprove. Okay? We're the ones that are to speak this truth by way of the Spirit. Okay? We're the ones that's to bring awareness of your transgression, because you are in the valley of decision. You have a choice to make. Okay? And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then I will show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. All right, this is not literal, like a 1-year-old child. All right. I'm not ruling it all the way out, but it's a spiritual interpretation, people. Okay, because he said that he was going to reveal his word unto babes. Okay, that's those of us that you know, we don't have several generations or whatever under our belt of knowledge. Okay, Like we're not the ones that been studying for 40 years, okay? Cuz our dad was a pastor, all right? And it passed down to us, and I'm talking about those that, been in a family of, pastoral service and all of this, okay? It ain't them. They're not the ones that have his oracles. Okay? It's those of us that were babes. It's those of us that were able to unlearn the vain wisdom of this world and literally be led and guided by way of his spirit as a little child. Okay? So it's us that he's using to speak. All right? The woman with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. Okay, these are the ones that are able to catch on, quickly. All right, and they'll begin to apply the living word to their life and live it, and they'll be filled with the Holy Spirit. Okay, and they'll be baptized by fire. All right, and they'll be speaking this living word by the way of the Spirit, and they'll be helping to revive the people. They'll be helping to raise the dead. They'll be helping to, unblind the people, okay? Give sight to the blind, okay? And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, this is those who have all the prosperity. All of a sudden, it's gonna flow away from them. Okay, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Okay, we're the voice of trumpet. Okay, once it begins to be very crystal clear, the world that you've been living in. Okay, because man, just understand, everybody is living for this money. Okay, money is like the pinnacle of sustainability. All right, this has been the end all be all that what everybody wants and needs in this society. So when it becomes very evidently crystal clear that this was all brought to you by the adversary, and all those who have all their prosperity are the wicked, and it's the those who you've been considering African Americans, okay, Negroes is in the ghettos, all right, you've been mistreating us because you did not know that we were the true covenant people of God. All right, once this comes into full-blown knowledge, all right, you're gonna be suddenly afraid. Okay. At that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whoever remaineth from all these things that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of this system. Okay? So it's not like you want to be raptured. Okay, because if you're raptured, you're taken by the angels of torture. All right, that's them angels of torture that's gonna be snatching up their portion. Okay, yeah, that's the rapture. Okay, but you to be taken is worse than to be left behind. Okay, because when you're taken, you no longer living. Okay. Right? For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. All right? We were born into a world of deception, and most people love the deception. Most people love the illusion, and they want to make me the problem. Well, I'm sorry, your time's up. I'm not the problem. I'm the solution. All right? And I'm here to give you the solution. All right? I'm here giving you the solution, people. All right? I've sacrificed my life for this. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. All right? And when he talked with me, behold, I looked by a little and a little upon him before whom I stood. Hold on. Alright, hold on. Because, bro, I'm trying to finish this up.
Yeah, my spirit has been greatly set on fire. My soul has been in distress. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Let the heaven and earth be made, and thy word was a perfect work. All right. Okay. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the seventh part, namely the moist, and hast kept him to be devoured of whom thou wilt and when. Alright, let's see. Yeah. No. Leviathan has his portion, okay, and you know, if you want to stay his portion, go right ahead and continue being selfish, people, okay. All right, so our God was a little upset with us, yes, because we refused to come back to His covenant, all right, His pure covenant, but He had to allow us to go into our calamity, okay. Uh, they worked the Israelites ruthlessly back in ancient Egypt and in this final Egypt, this final captivity, okay. The slave does not remain in the house forever, all right, but a son remains forever, okay. And even the creation itself is about to be set free from its bondage, all right, and into the glorious freedom of the children of God, because we're going to be set free, all right. All that found them, okay, we were found here in these lands, okay, and all that found us here in these lands devoured us, and our adversary said, we offend not. You keep not wanting to take accountability for the fact that we are prisoners of war, and all you nations came over here to live your American dream while trampling upon us and mistreating us, claiming that you are not offending us, silencing our voices, saying, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, quit complaining, all right? You're not guilty. You can't blame us. We're not responsible for what our forefathers did. But you've been living off the blessings of what your forefathers did. You've been able to live in a Eurocentric reality because of what your forefathers did. You've been able to live privileged, okay, because of the doctrine of discovery and manifested destiny, okay. So you are most definitely responsible for the sins of your fathers unless you help to overturn it, okay. All right, you say we offend not because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. We have admitted our transgressions. We repented for the sins of our forefathers, and we have gone through the afflictions that we had to persevere through, and we're still persevering, but it's time up for this. All right, now the longer y'all make us suffer, the worse y'all gonna suffer, okay. All of you that been had your prosperity, all of you that get hundreds of thousands of dollars saved in a savings account, understand daily you are heaping upon yourself more tribulation, okay? Because every single day, every single hour, you are causing our misery and our long suffering. You are piling more and more transgression upon yourselves, okay? Because time's up. All right? If you refuse to let them go, you are going to be smited with many plagues. All right? You're going to get many plagues coming against you. The longer you keep us in this captivity, the worse off it's going to be for you people. Okay? The cup of wrath is here for you. All right? Thus says the Lord your God, who defends his people. See, I have removed from your hand the cup of staggering, from that goblet, the cup of fury. You will never drink it again, but it will be placed in the hand of your tormentors, those who told you to lay down. All right? Those who have said unto your soul, bow down so that we may go over. And we have laid our body as the ground and as the street to them that have went over. Okay? Understand, y'all time is up. All right? So rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, you who dwell in the land of Uz. Yet the cup will pass to you as well. All right? You got to drink it. You got to drink up the freaking wine, the good wine, all of this time. All right? But now you about to drink these dregs. All right? Oh, daughter of Zion, your punishment is complete. All right? Okay, hold on. I didn't finish drinking. Finish reading this. Yet the cup will pass to you as well. You will get drunk and expose yourself. All right? See, they're already doing it. They're exposing themselves. They're exposing themselves for the foolish nation that they are. All right? Now, O daughter of Zion, your punishment is complete. Okay? He will not prolong your exile. All right? But this punishment is going upon Edom. Okay? Edom's sins is being exposed. Okay? All the wicked of the earth is about to drink down all the dregs. Okay? You may want to flee from Babylon. Okay? Come out of her, my people, so that you be not a partaker of her iniquity. This does not mean you have to leave America physically. Okay? It means you must leave the system, the mentality of selfishness and greed. You must leave the mentality of capitalism. You must leave the mentality of every man for himself. You must leave the mentality of root hog or die poor. Okay? You must leave the mentality of pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Okay? You must leave the mentality money don't grow on trees. If you don't learn to earn and save your own money, don't think you're going to get a handout from me. Okay? Because all of the people that got that mentality, you are about to reap great destruction. All right? You want to escape with your lives. All right? I'm warning you to not be destroyed in the punishment of Babylon. Okay? For this is the time of the vengeance of your wickedness. All right? You will be repaid what you deserve. Everybody's going to reap what they sow. Okay? Everybody's going to reap what they have sown. And as for these nations, y'all got to build up your iniquity for centuries. Okay? So you got a generational curse upon you. Okay? Just like we had upon us. We were born into the tail end of our generational curse. Okay? Hold on. We were born at the tail end of this right here. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you went away from your God. Okay? So you were allotted into the hands of your enemies. All right? So, yeah, we got the wrath of our enemies upon us. All right? And we were born into the tail end of this. All right? This was the curses that fell upon us as a nation. Okay? Because of the wickedness of our forefathers. All right? Now, all you nations, all right? You have a generational curse upon you. Okay, because of the doctrine of discovery, manifested destiny, all right, and the covenant that you've all made with the worst of the heathen to come live your American dream, okay, and did not care how so called African Americans were being treated in the process, okay. Babylon was a golden cup, all right. It wasn't really in the hand of our God, even though our God does have full control over everything. Nevertheless, He gave this time period over to the wicked. He allotted it to the wicked, okay? It had to happen because He could not allow us to just continuously be disobedient and never have any judgment come upon us, okay? We had to know what the animals were experiencing at our hands. All right, so we were treated just like the animals. Okay, we were killing them and strangling them. We were spilling their blood. Okay, slitting their neck. Okay, and then eating. We were burning them on an altar. Okay, barbecuing them. Okay, and then eating their dead body. Every single thing that we did to them happened to us. Okay. Every single thing that we did to the animals happened to us. All right. We were eaten. Okay. We were slaughtered. Okay. We were treated just like cattle. All right. We were the people that went into chattel slavery. Okay. We were the people that were treated as 3/5 of a human being. Okay. We were the people that were demoted as animals, as livestock. Okay. And treated as such. All right. Now, and while this was happening, the whole earth has been drunk, all right, with the lust of the flesh, the pleasures of the flesh, all right. As long as you got money, you had a access pass into Pleasure Island, all right. That money, that's monopoly money. That's money for Pleasure Island, all right. Step right up, okay. Fulfill your every desire of your flesh with that money, okay. So you got drunk off of that. All right. The nations drank her wine. Therefore, the nations have gone mad. Okay. There ain't no love, no compassion, no kindness, no mercy, no empathy, no generosity, no chastity, no purity. None of these righteous fruits of the Spirit within the heart condition and or mentality of most people. All right. They live merely to please their fleshly body. And they think that that's the reason for life. They think that they're literally on the earth just to live happily in their fleshly body. Okay? And it has nothing to do with the spirit. It has nothing to do with a mentality or heart condition. It has nothing to do with real love for real, for real. Okay? It has nothing to do with compassion for one another. Yeah, the nations have gone mad. All right, so you're going to be given back as you have done. All right, you're going to be paid back double for what you have done. Mix a double portion. All right, because you have heaped up double upon us. You have prolonged our misery and our long suffering. All right. So understand, people. Those who plundered us will be plundered. All who raided us will be raided. All right? All who devoured us is going to be devoured. For as you drank on my holy mountain, so all the nations will drink continually. They will drink and gulp it down, and they will be as if they never existed. Okay? You have shown your people hardship. All right, well, when he was not with us, we have been shown hardship. Okay, and we have been staggered. We had staggered from the wine that we have been made to drink. Okay, many of our people, 2/3, they're lost. All right. The tribulation that we've been going through, the Jacob's trouble, turned many of our people hardened against our God. Okay. They become just like the heathen. Okay. The righteous is going to be delivered out of trouble. All right? And the wicked is not going to be delivered. All right, let's go ahead and try to wrap this up. I'm at 139, and this is my second video for today. All right, so yes, people, you're off on prophecy if you're talking about Jacob's trouble is coming. Okay, because we've been in Jacob's trouble this whole damn time. All right, since the Roman Empire took over. Okay, completely, and we went into captivity. Okay, Daniel 9:12, and he has confirmed his words which he spake unto us against our judges that judged us, by allowing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven has not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. Okay. Frustration is knowing that the agenda is not hidden anymore, and yet the sheep are still obeying. Okay? If you're earning your money for a living, you're being rewarded by the worst of the heathen. Okay? It is not the true and living God that's sustaining you. Okay? No, your money is sustaining you. Your own time, energy, and effort that you put in for the reward of money is sustaining you. That's why many of you are proud of your physical success. Okay? Because you worked hard for that which you've earned to build up for yourself. So quit acting like the true and living God gave you your lifestyle. No, the worst of the heathen gave you your lifestyle, people. Okay? It's crazy. 98% of people don't know their created purpose. They don't know of the delight the true and living God felt to create our spirit when he heard the purpose of Christ presented to him to create us. All right? We all have a created purpose. And it's not to clock in to earn wages for a living. That's just the byproduct of living in an unrighteous kingdom. Okay? So, we all have a choice whether to be complacent with that or not. All right? Most people are complacent with it because they don't want to suffer in the physical carnal flesh. All right? But I choose to suffer in the physical carnal flesh, so why won't you show mercy unto me? Is 3+ years not long enough to go through this long suffering that you refuse to help me out of your abundance? When you get to live the American dream, you get to get the prosperity, you got to enjoy it. How is it going to hurt you to go in all your abundance to help relieve my suffering? How would it really hurt you, people? Just sitting fat and happy. How would it hurt you? It's not like I'm asking you to give me all of it. However, if you refuse to assist me out of your abundance, it all is going to be taken from you. And you're going to be left destitute. And there ain't going to be anybody to deliver you from the consequences of your choices. Okay? Now, it's not us that's going to forcefully take it from you. No. Just mark my words, okay? Mark my words. All right? We're in a paradigm shift. All right? Somehow, some way, the control of the resources is going to switch from the wicked to the righteous. All right? And it's going to be benevolence that does this. All right? Y'all, when you had control over all the resources of the earth, you were greedy with it. Rapaciously greedy. It's all mine. Refusing to share. Okay? You've been standing on us, people. And it's time to get the hell off of us. Okay?
No such thing as racism. We are all the same. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Work really hard. And the American dream can be your reality as well. Really now. How, Sway? When y'all invaded these lands. Y'all are foreigners upon these lands. We are indigenous. We are the original people. We are the seed of this land. We are the covenant people of these lands. And you have been oppressing us while you've been upon these lands. We are to let you know who we are. American Originals is the name of this book. Alright? Alright, American Indians. Now, this is what we were called. Okay? The people that did the doctrine of discovery, when they discovered us, they called us Indians. They were aware that they were in India superior. Okay? They were in India superior. Christopher Columbus was not lost. I got many videos going into this, and there's plenty of people out there that goes into this. Okay? Christopher Columbus knew exactly where he was. He knew exactly who he was coming to subdue. Okay? They knew who they were coming to conquer. And they've been lying to the whole world ever since. Okay? So, Jeremiah 37, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But we're going to be saved out of it. Alright? That's why it's very imperative to put on this spiritual armor. Alright? Put on the armor of God. Okay? Now, let's see, I'm going to finish up this last little part, and I think I'm going to be done for today, people. Okay? Hell, I can only, carry so much on my passport anyway at a time, and I'm going to be doing some more work tomorrow. But I could probably only fit about maybe 2 or 3 videos on the passport. Tomorrow is Sunday, and then Monday the office is closed, so I'll be uploading on Tuesday most likely. Alright, now martyrdom and ascension of Isaiah. Alright, the corruption of the church. Okay, as you heard me say in the audio, I ain't got no animosity towards my brethren. Okay, they just need to understand that there's been much corruption within our scriptures, and we were taught many things according to the precepts of mortal men that is inaccurate. Okay, my Akis, we gotta be more focused upon the fruits of the Spirit. Okay, we gotta be focused upon His eternal law of divine love. Okay, everything is supposed to be lined up to that. Anything that's contrary to that, my Akis, is not of our God. Okay? Now, the corruption of the church. And afterward, at his approach, his disciples will abandon the teaching of the 12 apostles and their faith and their love and their purity. And there will be much contention at his coming and at his approach. All right. This is over a period of time after the disciples, after his chosen 12 disciples, right? After they left and they died and all of that. All right. After a period of time of the Inquisition and all, with the martyrdom of those who gave their life for the sake of the true gospel,
After a period of time of them stamping out the truth and imposing the Gentiles version, okay, in those days there will be many who will love office, although lacking wisdom. All right, lacking the true wisdom, the oracles of the true and living God. They only have the vain wisdom of the world, precepts of mortal men, and they love the office. They love their position, okay? And there will be many wicked elders and shepherds who wrong their sheep, and they will be rapacious because they do not have holy shepherds. My goodness, man. Stop, Google. Quit trying to freaking update. I didn't ask you to update. That'd be irritating me. Alright. Now, they will be rapacious because they do not have holy shepherds. Alright? So you're in them churches, you're being raped by them pulpit pimping charlatans, wolves in sheep clothing. All right, they're rapaciously greedy. All right, they're taking of their congregations and they're not giving anything back. All right, your governments, they're taking from the people, but they're not giving anything back. It's all self-serving. Okay. And many will exchange the glory of the robes of the righteous for the robes of those who love money. And there will be much respect of persons in those days, and lovers of the glory of this world. And there will be many slanderers, and much vainglory at the approach of eternal benevolence, and the Holy Spirit will withdraw from many. Okay? And in those days there will not be many prophets. And the ones that are, we don't call ourselves prophets. Okay? Nor those who speak reliable words. Okay? There's not many who are the true servants of the true and living God, speaking reliable words, except one here and there in different places. And this is because the spirit of error and of fornication and of vainglory and of the love of money, which there will be among those who are said to be servants of that one, and among those who receive that one. Okay? And among the shepherds and the elders there shall be great hatred towards one another, for there will be great jealousy in the last days. For everyone will speak whatever pleases him in his own eyes, except for the few of us that are his true servants, who speak reliable words. Okay? We're the ones that accepted the reproof via the Spirit of truth. Therefore, we don't speak according to what pleases us in our own eyes. No, we speak what pleases the true and living God. Okay? But all those who have yet to accept the reproof via the Spirit of truth, they're the ones speaking whatever pleases them in their own eyes. And they will make ineffective the prophecy of the prophets who were before me, and my visions also. They will make ineffective in order that they might speak what burst out of their wicked ass heart. Okay? They want to eat animals' flesh? Then they will heap upon themselves scriptures that justify animals' flesh, thereby making ineffective the true prophecy of the prophets who were before me,
and the true visions also. And they speak what burst out of their evil, corrupted heart, that the suffering of the animals don't matter. Their misery and their pain don't matter. All right? Those who believe it's a righteous thing to work a job and earn your own money for a living, they will heap up for themselves scriptures that will justify their corrupted mentality and heart condition, thereby making ineffective the true prophecies and the visions also, in order that they might speak what burst out of their evil, corrupted heart condition. That is all about selfish ambition for one's own self-preservation. That it ain't about loving one another as thyself. That I'm dependent upon people to take care of me. Alright? Let the wicked forsake their ways, and the unrighteous their thoughts. Let them turn to eternal benevolence, and he will have mercy upon you. Okay? In order to turn to my God, the ever-presence of benevolence, and the good shepherd, you have to humble yourself like a little child. You have to truly repent. You have to allow him to change your mentality and your heart condition. And then you have to begin to help his servant in that which you've been allotted in abundance. If it be that you have prosperity physically, you are to take your place as a righteous am to help his servants soar in our spiritual mission. All right? That is how you confess our God. All right? And yes, he will have mercy on you. All right? And our God will freely pardon you. Okay? But it is on you. All right? If you choose not to do that, people, because it's not forced. It's not forced. You're not strong-armed. Okay? You have a choice. All right? You do have a choice. All right? And I'm not threatening you. I'm just letting you know that you reap what you sow. You are in the valley of decision. Okay? For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. That's like a tornado. All right? To render justice. All right? And you are being rebuked with the flames of fire right now with this living word by way of the Spirit. Okay? For by fire and by his sword, okay, that's happening right now, will the Lord plead with all flesh. That's happening right now. Okay? But if you want to wait, hold on. If you want to wait till the end and you refuse to humble yourself and repent, understand that the slain is going to be many, but it's not the slain of the Lord. Okay? No, the adversary comes to kill, steal, and destroy. All right? And all those who refuse to walk in righteousness is the portion of malevolence. Okay, so malevolence will be allotted his portion. Leviathan will get to take his portion. Okay? Yeah. The angels of torture will get to take their portion. All right? The reapers will get to lay claim to their portion. Okay? You will not be spared via eternal benevolence. All right? Because eternal benevolence ain't who you are choosing. All right? Unless you rebel against this satanic ass system and begin to walk in love
For real, for real. Okay? On that note, we shall end it, people. When we come back, most likely tomorrow, Sunday, I'll be starting it back up with the audio, okay? Shalom.